The Soundpeats H3. Let's talk about it. The Soundpeats H3 is a $130 IEM from Soundpeats. It is an interesting device that is a single dynamic driver to be a IEM, but it's also a TWS IEM. So it has kind of an interesting niche in this market. Let's look at the build quality and then we'll go from there. One of the best things about this IEM is that it's like a traditional IEM. A lot of TWS have a different fit. So if you're looking for a little bit of passive isolation, I feel this is a great IEM. I think it looks really cool, kind of has this steampunk vibe, a metal nozzle, metal rim. It feels like it would be quite durable. I like the look and feel of this faceplate as well. I just think it has kind of a cool look to it. It's fun, it's unique, it's enjoyable. I have no fault with the build and comfort of this headphone, and I like the look of it, which is a definite plus. Now, the case itself is fine. I mean, it kind of comes in this sleek little case. It comes in here, and you can put these in. They're magnetic, and they go in really quite easily. It's a nice little case that I feel works well. I didn't have a difficult time pairing. They have a really long charge, and I didn't have to find myself charging these after every use. These are the ear tips that come with it. They're nice ear tips, and you can use normal ear tips from any other IEM on this, which makes it a cool form factor. This is the cable. It's, it's not super great. It's really stiff, but it's a USB-C to USB-A cable, and, super stiff, kind of dull, but it's, it's okay. It's okay. So, how does the Soundpeats H3 sound? It sounds bassy. It sounds good. It has a few minor problems. Two minor problems with it. Its air is kind of jacked up to a certain elevated region, which is a little bit excessive. And it does have this kind of crazy, weird bass tuck. But all around, it's a very cohesive, fun sounding IEM that I think people will like a great deal. It gets a good, solid recommendation. And I think this is a fun IEM that a lot of people will really enjoy. Let's go ahead and look at some graphs of this IEM. Actually, before we look at some graphs, I want to do a really quick comparison with the Honkai Star Rail X Moondrop. This kind of has a similar form factor. This also has EQ in the app. We'll talk a little bit more about the app later. And it's an all-around solid comparison. Now, the design of the Honkai Star Rail might be a little weird, but it's hard to get IEMs that are TWS IEMs that have the TWS kind of flow to it. Noble does a lot of them. Honkai Star Rail Moondrop one has this collab that does that, and it's a little bit cheaper depending. You can find this on sale right now. This is the price on sale with 20% off. Gets to be about $108. So it's pretty comparable to the Honkai Star Rail as far as price goes. But I mean, as far as sound goes, I think it's a lot closer than one might think. This is the graph of the Honkai Star Rail, right? And the big problems I have is this kind of dip right around 150. It's kind of excessively flat, which I don't know. I like a little bit more warmth here. Like, let me show you an IEM that's really popular with a lot of the audiophile nerd scientist guys. And if you look at this, this is the Truth Ear Pure. Now, the thing about the Pure that doesn't have its upper mids, and I think the upper mids on the H3 are actually really, really good. But what it does have is this bit of warmth. And like, you'll notice like this area at this 150 region, which is a really important region of the bass, is actually kind of dipped down, and then it really has a lot of sub bass, and so that region is really important. You'll also notice that this excessive air region is also a little bit dialed up. That will not be for everybody, and I just wanted to kind of point that out to you guys. As far as other IEMs or TWS ones that Soundpeats has done, I think this is one of their better ones. You notice this is the Soundpeats Capsule Pro Plus. Again, a little bit more dialed in air, a little bit more of an 8K peak, which is an actual peak and is something I get sensitive to. a little bit of 5K. I mean, as far as graphs goes, if you want to just sniff graphs, the H3 has a way better graph and is a better sounding IEM, A being them. I wanted to show you another DSP product. I usually rank all my DSP IEMs and TWS IEMs together. The Moondrop Critical Dusk is like one of my favorite products. It has really nice thick mids bass region right here. It's just kind of flat and almost linear, just slowly kind of gliding up. Has a little bit less upper mids, and it's just an all around really good, clean, rich set. I really like it, and it's a strong recommendation from me. As far as other IEMs around this price, around that $100 price point, if you're looking at wired IEMs, it becomes kind of one of those things where, like, you know, the Truth Air Nova is really V-shaped. It doesn't have that bass, that weird kind of lower mid-range bass tuck right here, which is nice. It has a little bit less dialed in air. You may or may not like it better. It could be shouty for you, but the Nova's a nice set all around, and it can be had for around 100. Another one is the Z Reviews Defiant. Again, linear bass shelf, a little bit more tame upper mids. It's just something to note. One that's I just got in recently, the KB Ear. I want to say K-Bear, but KB Ear, which is kind of annoying. But it's called the Tourbillon Pro, TB Pro. This is one I'll be reviewing on channel, and I think it's excellent. And I'm writing that review now. It'll be coming out pretty soon. This is another IEM that costs around 100, and it's well done. It's obviously not a TWS device, but you'll notice that this has comparable sound in a lot of ways. Again, it's this upper region right here that I would recommend dialing down, and this region I would recommend dialing down as well. Now, having said that, as far as this being a comparison, I think this is a competitive product. I would do some EQ. You can do this in app. All right, let's rank this up. You'll notice I do have an IEM ranking sheet, and I have this ranked on the TWS and DSP IEMs are all ranked here because I feel that they have an unfair innate advantage over other IEMs. And I do think the H3 has a nice sound quality. It has a great fit. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I think there's other IEMs that I might recommend at that price, being the Moondrop Star Rail. There's other products that I think are competitive. It is a nice product and it does a lot well, but it does have a few flaws in the sound, which can make your bass sound hollow, and it can be a little bit too incisively sparkly. But you might like the upper treble, you might like that dip. It's one of those IEMs that I think there's a strong chance that you'll like, but not everybody will. The H3 it's a possible buy. The TWS market is flooded with a lot of different sets. I think if you like the design of this IEM and you're willing to EQ, or you have a pretty wide palette where you like a lot of different sounds, you want to try something different, I feel like this does a good job with it. This does have an app where you can EQ this on iPhone, but it can be a pain. My advice with the app is, this is the Soundpeats, make it something where people don't have to log into. It gets a little bit frustrating for people. They just want their devices to work, and having to log into an app just makes it a little bit more annoying. It feels like our data is going to be sold, and it's just an extra step. Like every time I feel like every time I get to my app, I have to re-log in and resend it in a password, and it's just like an extra step that's not necessarily fun. The app has gotten a lot of poor ratings. I don't know necessarily why that's the case, but I think that's part of it. I think having something that works a little bit more simply out of the gate is an important thing to be able to have in an ecosystem like this. I think the ability to EQ on Apple is a really nice feature to have. I like that feature, and if you're looking for a TWS device that you're able to EQ despite a slightly clunky app, I think this is a good choice. I think this is a good buy. I do feel that there are other IEMs out there, if the fit of other STEM IEMs work for you, like the Moondrop Space Travel 2, I think is not too far behind in this in sound quality and only costs $30. So I feel this is kind of has this niche sort of market for people that really love TWS products. I've been offered a lot of TWS products in the past year or two, but I've kind of taken a break for them. And I decided to do this review because I feel like it's kind of special. It's kind of unique. It has something kind of cool and special about the form factor, the fit, and just kind of the premium look and feel about this IEM. This is a nice IEM. It hits a lot of marks for me, and it's super cozy and it fits easy in ear. And I fully love this IEM, and I love the fact that it has so many features in it. It's a definite buy, and if I had to give it a star rating, I'd probably give it a 3-star rating. Solid set, but you have to know what you want in your audio journey. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them in the comments below. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye for now.
Go!
Go!
Go on with you!